What is good, people? I'm Bean1 and today we're going to be looking at the Renetti Burst Akimbo. So firstly, what attachments are we going to be using on the Akimbo Burst Renettis? Obviously we're going to need Akimbo. To get that you need to get 3 kills over 5 games using the Mo Money perk, which you unlock at level 36. Only are we going Akimbo, we're going to be strengthening this even more by adding the Mark III Burst, which allows you to shoot 3 bullets with just 1 click. You unlock this at level 46. Now it's all good and well having a powerful gun, but if we can't hit anyone, there's no point using it. So we're going to need to add the 5mm laser, which is going to increase your hip fire accuracy, and it's also going to allow you to shoot faster after sprinting. You unlock the 5mm laser after level 27. Since you're going to be going around spraying all these bullets really fast, you need to get the increased magazine. You need to get the 27 mag, which you unlock at level 37. This is going to allow you to take out more people in less time without having to reload. Finally, I'm going to recommend that you put the XRK speed grip on. This is going to allow you again to shoot faster after sprinting, and you unlock this at level 30. Now let's get into the details of actually using the gun. Now, as with all Akimbo guns, it is pretty easy to use. You're pretty much just lining up the lasers, clicking it and shooting and getting kills. What the difficulty comes in is learning the range. Especially with these Renettis, you'll find that you need to be quite close to the enemies to be able to get those insta kills on them. You'll not be having much luck trying to get people after about 20 meters. It is possible, but you're better off just swapping out to your primary. Another great thing is it comes with 27 round mags, which again increases the ease of use. You're able to take down more people without having to reload. Another thing that makes the Renetti Burst Akimbos really easy to use is how forgiving they are. So if you're not so good at aiming, you've got 3 burst shots and 27 round mags to be able to keep on spamming fire until you get those kills, which is really going to help you out. Now let's move on to the damage. Now in close quarter situations, I'm going to say within about 20 meters, these are really good. There's not much that can beat it in close quarters. It's really forgiving, it's got loads of ammo, and it's quite intimidating to play against. Again, this is a secondary gun, so you'll be using your primary for most of the time, and when it comes to these certain situations, you'll be able to swap out to the Burst Akimbos and then be able to get those kills really easy with them. So where I recommend using the Renettis are in close quarter situations. If you've got a objective that's inside of a building, that's great. Just shooting people within 20 meters is really good with it as well if you run out of ammo in your primary, and as well in hardcore. In hardcore it excels, especially in small maps such as Rust and Shipment. Now let's get into how fun the Renettis are to actually use. I had quite a good time using them. I did use them as a primary weapon mainly to try and get the clips for the video, and also just to get used to them in general. I don't think they're as fun as the 357 Akimbos with Snakeshot or with the compensator, which you can see a review of in the info banner just here. Now don't get me wrong, they are fun to use, but only in the situations that they're useful for. Spamming in hardcore or in close quarter situations. Again, I'd rather be using my submachine guns or my assault rifles and then swapping out in those indoors objective situations where I'm able to get the quick kills without having too much issue with reloading or having to worry about aiming everywhere with my semi-automatic guns. Now the biggest downfall for the Renetti Akimbos is the damage and accuracy drop off after about 20 meters, so you won't be able to primary this weapon. Again, I would be using this as a secondary instead of using it as your primary weapon, and using it in those certain situations that I've already mentioned, within close quarters, in headquarters, or to take objectives that would be indoors. Now let's get into the all important ratings for the Renetti Burst Akimbos. Now for ease of use, I'm going to be giving the Renettis 6 out of 10. Again, this is mainly because of the damage and the accuracy drop off after about 20 meters, but it gets saved by the fact it's got 27 round mags and how forgiving it is for those people who aren't so good at aiming. Now for damage, I'm going to be giving the Renettis 7 out of 10. They are very situational guns, but they can kill very quickly when in those close quarter situations, but other than that, they're kind of useless. Now for the fun factor of the Renettis, I'm going to be giving it a 6 out of 10. Again, they're very situational, and in those situations they are very fun to use, but out of that you're going to be outgunned, and it's very rage inducing trying to use this as a primary out of those situations. Now overall, I'm going to be giving the Renetti Burst Akimbos 6 out of 10. Now this is mainly because of how good they are within close quarters. Other than that, I would be scoring this quite a bit lower. There are also better alternatives like the 357 Snakeshot, but these are getting nerfed in the next couple of days or next week, so once this video is out, things might have changed. Now to sum up the Renetti Burst Akimbos, they are great guns. You might not be able to primary with them, but they are great in certain situations. To recap, you want to be using them in free-for-all, in close quarter situations like taking objectives inside or within small areas, and if you're not so good at aiming, they're a lot more forgiving than the 357s. Now those were just my thoughts on the Renettis. I don't think they lived up to the hype as much as people are going on about, but they are still great guns. If you have any suggestions of different attachments, please leave them in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, please consider dropping a thumbs up, and please subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.